Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spock Convention with the Weekly Young Roundup. We've made it through actually a good chunk of this week's roundup. So let's continue. Kicking things off with Scarlet Witch number 3. Where we left off, during the Griever's attack on Lockkill, Wanda was destroyed and has summoned the Griever, has been receiving guidance from the Griever's sister, the Queen of Nevers. And so she's making her way through the land of the dead. Which, in part, led to a failed possession attempt by Moradun. Then facing Lore, a variant of herself, a necromancer who Wanda destroyed, and what is a variant of Wanda. Which Wanda's have to get past to make her return to the land of the living. Also, Darcy's had been helping to on that side of things. In Lockkill, Polaris and Quicksilver are dealing with the Griever, basically being an annoyance. And in the Balkans, Darcy is working with, trying to receive help from the Hex Drinker, or the Hex, the Hex Hunter from the last arc. As Wanda travels through the underworld, she deals with her regrets, and she basically is confronted with her own demons, demons of her own dread. A mob of high evolutionaries, looks like Master Pandemonium, Mephisto, Ultron, and then later, Lore takes the form of Dark Phoenix. And Wanda has to accept basic states that all the things, all the terrible things she's done, that's not her anymore. But that was her. But she doesn't fear it, because fear gives those thoughts power. But Wanda says that she mourns, she learns, but she doesn't fear herself. And Wanda manages to make her way to the Witch's Road. And find out that Lorna and Pietro are in Lockkill, dealing with the Griever. But Lorna and Pietro maybe made things worse, but so the Griever can't channel her power or to focus on a small area such as a town, but she doesn't have to release her power in full. But it's now not just targeting the town, but the planet. But Darcy returns with with apparently a magic gun, more like a magic bazooka, but the Hexfinder works her magic and reconstitutes the last door, and Wanda steps through it, returning to the surprise of the Griever. And I would say that her anger with Griever has definitely made her visibly more powerful, or at least given the appearance of being more powerful. And that is where the issue ends. Okay, it's a fun little story arc. I hate that I missed the last couple issues of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Hope still trying to track those down. So, but anyways, moving on to our next book, we've got Spider-Woman number 10. So where we left off with Spider-Woman, Spider-Woman and Liberty of the Assembly had broken into Alcatraz in the hopes of unbrainwashing, or using Anger the Screamer to unbrainwash the rest of the Assembly. They did so, with the exception of one member, Titan, who it turns out is actually the Gremlin, and was mastermind behind the brainwashing of the Assembly, as well as Jessica's kid. Jessica's a little emotional, but the Assembly do what they can to help Jess, turning off the inhibitor collars. We also get the Gremlin's origin story. He was the Titanium Man, and after Armor Wars, he hooked up with Hydra, and was basically Jerry was the first one of the early part of the plan to make superhuman assassins, but the Assembly was, he says, his true ambition. The idea being to plant children, light them around the globe. Heroes, icons, vanguards for a new Hydra world order. And but it seems that the villains that the assembly captured managed to do some damage to the Titan armor as and Gremlin triggers the basic self-destruct mechanism, and the assembly and Spider-Woman escape. But Spider-Woman gifts the assembly phones with a direct line to Nick Fury, and as Fury's agreed to set them up with new identities or help them track down who they were before Hydra when they're ready. And Spider-Woman continues to reside in San Francisco as the series ends. This is where the series ends. But apparently, there's a farewell letter from the writer stating that 10 issues is 6 more than they expected to get. So yeah, it was a good run. I wish it would have been longer, but you know, these things happen. Moving on though to our last book for the moment, we've got giant-sized Thor. So recently, in last month's issue of Immortal Thor, it was revealed that Thor recently owed a favor to Hercules, which that favor was called in. This issue is going to be where the favor comes from. So the issue opens with a flash to Michael Oeming's run on Thor Ragnarok, wherein Thor, the moment in particular being when Thor goes to the World Tree, attempts to pluck out his eye for the hopes of receiving knowledge, but the World Tree says he can't just do what Odin did. And so Thor plucks out both eyes. But on a planet, one of the natives is praying to Hercules, god of heroes. To save them from the giant-sized Thor. Turns out that Thor has been kidnapped and imprisoned by the aliens controlling this giant-sized Thor, in the hopes of using the power of the All-Father to basically eradicate their those they wish to conquer other worlds. But Hercules has heard the prayers, but and taken a ship of the Guardians, and well, Rocket ain't too happy with it. He had plans, so. But within the Thorbot, Thor plucks out his eyes to and manages to overcome the control mechanism. And Thor and Hercules team up. take down the would-be conquerors, and basically destroys the robot Thor by having the robot Thor pluck out its own eyes. There's a reprint of Mighty Thor number 356. Hercules and Jarvis are walking through Central Park. Hercules is off distracted, but a bully is bullying a kid for liking Thor, and they come upon the bully and the bullied come upon Hercules' path, and so Hercules, the fan of Thor, asks who's stronger, Thor or Hercules. Hercules tells likely exaggerated tales of a long, drawn-out battle between him and Thor, and Jarvis notes that it seems the child being bullied is growing sad about his tale, and Hercules catches what's going on, and the tale he tells ends with a victory for Thor. And the bully is told that, you know, basically says, you know, hey, I'm not a fan of bullies, so, you know, take that information, do with that information what you will. And the bully runs away. And that is where the issue ends. Good issue. Good. I'm really digging these giant size one-shots this year. In part because of the Brian Hitch covers. But I like that this one actually kind of made a point of being part of retroactively tying into the current stories. It helps when you get the same writer to do the giant size as well as the current series. So, anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.